Hello everybody, welcome back to another YouTube video. Like I said, I promised I was gonna do one video a week, even though the editing is probably gonna suck. Yeah, stop touching your hair. I know, I keep touching it, sorry. But today's episode, like you saw, is about, you know, Tim's and I's love story. And I think a lot of people don't really know much about how we met and kind of like a little bit of our relationship other than what they see on Instagram or kind of what they've seen throughout our lives for those of you who do know us. So I wanted to share it with the rest of the world because we have a really interesting story. Out of all the love stories, ours is my favorite. It sounds so cheesy, but it really is. And why not? And I'm gonna try, I'm not sure, but maybe as I'm talking, I'm gonna try to maybe put some pictures that may remind me of that year. Just for some perspective, we are August 20th, 2020. Hashtag coronavirus. For when I watched this when I'm like 60 years old, I can remember this day. Okay. So little quick background. We have been together, you know, dating boyfriend and girlfriend for 14 years. But we've only been married for 5 years. And if you haven't seen my first episode, you will know, because I've mentioned it, our 5-year wedding anniversary was a few days ago and we both totally missed it. We were so busy with work, with our lives. Tim's running, you know, a few companies. I'm insanely busy with work, with Instagram, with YouTube, with Flipping the Barrel. Like, yeah, we both forgot. We only realized it the next day when Tim was like, do you know what day we are today? And I'm like, no idea. He's like, dude, we missed our anniversary. Our anniversary was yesterday. And I was like, oh my God, we suck. But yeah, it just shows you kind of the couple that we are. I don't expect flowers and jewelry and all this stupid crap that people like expect from their husbands. Because honestly, like Tim just gets me gifts if he wants to throughout the year, or like anything that I want, I'll be like, hey, can you buy me that? And he'll be like, sure. So it's like, we don't really need an anniversary day to like feel forced to buy ourselves stuff or like go on a date and like go to the restaurant. Like, we do that in a regular life. So maybe that's why we don't really care, but I don't know. So yeah, quick background and story about us. And I'm holding this book, which there's another one, there's a part 2 of, you know, hundreds of pages of, you know, me writing in my diary about my love for Tim and Tim's and I's relationship. I found some notes in the back. All right, we'll see. We'll check this out after. So yeah, I wrote so much about our relationship throughout the years of, you know, our struggles, how happy we were, how mad we were, how in love we were, and kind of everything. So it's kind of cool to read back. I haven't had a chance to read through this, but I would love to just kind of relive those moments. But yeah, Tim and I met at church when I think I was 14 years old and he was 15, so he's a year older. And we went to the same church in Montreal, and he used to play the drums. So he was up there on the stage and he'd be playing drums. And I remember at 14, I remember him and I remember thinking, this guy's the cutest guy ever. He looks like one of the Hanson brothers, if anybody remembers the Hanson, you know, musicians. Or like, he looked like Nick Carter. Not that he looks like him, but like the hair and stuff. So I thought he was super cute. And I had a crush on him. And we never ever spoke. I think the first time we spoke was 2.5 years later. I was maybe 15 and a half or so. And we spoke for the first time when his mom and my mom tried to introduce us. They're like, oh, this is Tim, this is my son. You know, we were like, hey, what's up? Cool. Never spoke to him again. But I was kind of like, oh my gosh, I freaking love this guy. Like, I'm obsessed with this guy. I come to church just to watch this guy play drums. And he doesn't know anything about me. He doesn't know me. He probably doesn't even know my name. And I will probably never talk to him because, not that I wasn't confident back then. I feel like I've always been a very confident girl. But I mean, I was a little chubby. I had pink braces. I was definitely a nerd. I was very punk at that time, so like huge black eyeliner with studs, and yeah, probably not the most approachable girl if I think about it. And yeah, we never really spoke until one day. We had a youth group, which was like a soccer game on a Friday night, and we kind of all went through teams and we were playing, and he came on that Friday night, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's the guy that I like. Oh my gosh, we're gonna play soccer together. And we were in the field and we were playing, and he was against me in his team. It was my team versus his team. And I remember I was like kicking the ball, and I was like, you're such a ball hogger, like you think you're so good, you know, like I started being sassy. And I think he was kind of like, who is this girl, you know? We didn't make it super apparent, we didn't really talk past that day, but you know, I think I made an impact on him because of how like aggressive I was, and I don't know, I guess, yeah, I don't know, maybe he just thought I was weird and he remembered me. So a few months go by and I am on MSN. I don't know if anybody here remembers what MSN was. And I was on MSN and I see someone add me, or I don't know how we both got added. And I asked him, I'm like, who is this? Like, blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, this is Tim. He's like, who are you? Like, you added me. And I was like, I didn't add you. You added me. And he was like, I've never added you. And I was like, okay, well, I don't know, just luck. And then I started talking to him and I was like, who is this guy? So we started talking, and then we're having a good time. We're like talking, he's funny. And then I see on the little picture on the side, it's a guy playing drums, but you can't really see his face, it's just him drumming. And I'm like, where do you play drums? And he's like, oh, I play drums at church. And I'm like, oh my gosh, watch it be this guy. Watch it be the guy that I like am obsessed with. And then he's like, yeah, I play at Greenfield Park Baptist Church, and my name's Tim. And I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, oh, never heard of you. You know, I was super cool, like, oh, cool. I think I've seen you, like I go there too. While inside I was dying. I was like, I still remember, I was like jumping up and down from my chair like, holy shit. I'm talking to like my dream guy. I'm talking to that guy that I've slowly been obsessed with for the last 2 years, kind of watching on Sundays, and here I am talking to him. So we keep talking. He's so funny, like, and you know what's crazy? Do you guys want to know what's crazier? Is I still have that MSN conversation of both of us, because I was so excited that we were talking that I print screened the conversation, and I'm like, I need to save this. Crazy. Maybe I was crazy. That sounds a little psychopath, you know, behaviors, but I saved it. I'm gonna see if I can insert it here, if I can find it in my email somewhere. And from there, it's just been history. I mean, we started talking every single day. Like, I couldn't wait to get home so that I can jump on the computer, turn my internet on, if anybody remembers that dial-up, and I would like wait to go on MSN and kind of wait for him to get home and pop up. And then the Tim would pop up, and then I would go and sign in and out, just to pop up tons of times so he can like, hello, I'm here, and then have him, you know, start talking to me. And we just seriously hit it off, talking online every single day until we saw each other on Sunday. And then we went and we spoke, and then from there, it was history. From there we started not dating, but we would hang out once a week. You know, he'd say, oh, come by the restaurant where I work. And he used to work down the street from where I lived. He worked about 10 minutes away at a restaurant from where I lived. So I would swing by, I'd ask my mom if I can go buy a burger just to like go hang out with him. Our parents didn't know we were dating then. And then like a few weeks into it, he invited me over to his house, and I kind of just became his girlfriend. And that was February 17th, 2006. So it's been 14 years since we officially, you know, said, hey, we are boyfriend and girlfriend, and we started dating. And I remember it was his birthday 2 days later, and I got him drumsticks for his birthday, and he still has them. And honestly, it's just been history since then. We've been a very strong couple. I think mainly because we have the same drivers in life. We believe the same things. We have the same thoughts. And not to say that we are the same person, because if anybody knows us, Tim and I are like the most complete opposite people on this planet. But at the end of the day, it works because our core values and our goals in life and the path that we want to move forward in life are the same. But in terms of personality, in terms of, you know, who's clean, who's not clean, who is an organizer, who's not an organizer, who's shy, who's not shy, we are complete opposites. Tim and I couldn't be like more far apart in terms of everything that I just mentioned. But somehow it just works really well because like our love has always been insanely strong. We've never doubted that we've wanted to be together, and more than anything, like we're really good friends. Like we always say, we're best friends. Like anything that is on my mind, I talk to him about, he talks to me about. We fight. We used to fight so much at the beginning of our relationship. Like if we wanted to film a dramatic, you know, teen movie, they should have filmed our lives, because we would fight. I mean, a lot of the stories in here is us fighting about just everything. We would fight a lot. Like it was crazy that like we would fight about like if I wanted to wear shorts, like shorts, and he would make a comment about it and be like, why are they so short? Like, why are you doing that? And I'd be like, you're trying to control me. Don't tell me what to wear. Guys can't tell me what to wear. So we'd fight over like stupid things like that. Mainly because I was a very strong, like no one could change me, no one could tell me what to do. You know, screw men, women all the way. So anything that he would say in terms of like my like what I'm wearing or how I'm swearing or like just little things, and I don't think he meant it in a bad way. It was just more like observance. I'd be like right back, like, you know, my mom taught me to be, you know, an alpha female. And so look, we would always fight over stupid things like that. We had just so many ups and downs, so many times where we were going to break up and then we never ended up breaking up. So one quick tip is, a lot of people go through quote unquote breaks, right? Where it's like, look, it's not working out, I want to go on a break. So for 2 weeks, we're not boyfriend and girlfriend. And if it worked, you know, in 2 weeks, we'll reevaluate it. And that's something that Tim and I never did. We never once took a break from us being in a relationship. And even when we thought about it, when we were like, we should take a break, like this is unhealthy at this point, there's too much fighting going on, he would always say, he would say, I don't believe in breaks. If we're willing to take a break, then we're willing to break up, and there's no point in staying together. And then it'd be like, nah, let's not take a break. And then we wouldn't, and we never did. And we would, I guess something that we've always done is we've worked through our problems. We've been very understanding of each other's ideas and thoughts. And one thing is, we're both very supportive of each other. Whatever it is that you want to jump off the bridge, I'll support you. You want to tattoo your whole face, I'll support you. You know, like we will give each other our opinions, like, hey, I don't think that's smart, but there's never been an instance where he's told me what not to do. Like, I don't want you to go there. I don't want you to do this with your friends. I don't want you to get a tattoo. I don't want you to cut your hair. I don't want you to dye your hair blonde or purple or blue. Like, I've always been allowed to be myself, and he's always been allowed to be himself. And I think that's something that's insanely important for couples, is don't ever let someone else change you. And if they are with you, they shouldn't want to change you. You know, they should want to be with you for who you are, whatever that looks like, whatever that means. So yeah, that's something that, you know, we've been really lucky with, is just really great partnership, a really good relationship. And yeah, it's really worked out thus far. I think it's because, like I said, we just really support each other. He's my biggest cheerleader, I'm his biggest cheerleader. The reason I've been successful through my career, through my university degree, through my undergrad, all that stuff, I owe it to him. I mean, he was always there helping me study. He was always there, whether, like, even if he didn't even know what I was studying, he would always just be there to bring me food or sit with me at the library while he was on the computer and I was working by myself. Or, hey, I'll come pick you up at the library. I know you've been there all day, like, or I'll come and swing by and bring you an ice cream. Like, support to the max. Like, I couldn't have asked for a better husband, partner, boyfriend, you name it. We just luckily fell in love at 16, and I remember many years throughout my life where people would always comment on the fact that your sweet 16 birthday, not birthday, what am I saying? Your high school sweetheart would never last. so, like, man, I'd be rich if I would take $1 for every single person that told me that our relationship wasn't gonna last because we're too young. Everybody, they're like, at 16 years old, you don't know what you want. You'll see. Wait till you're 18. You're gonna want somebody else, you know? Same thing when I turned 18. Oh, you're still with the same person from high school? Wait till you get to college. Tons of new guys are gonna come around. You're gonna for sure break up, you know? And it's like, no, we always went through life with people judging us and judging the fact that we were gonna break up because, you know, high school love just doesn't exist and you're too young to really fall in love with somebody. And we've just been able to prove everybody wrong. And I mean, we're both 30 right now. And I mean, we probably love each other more than we ever did. Like, we just have a super, super, super good relationship. And let's see. So that's kind of us in a nutshell. I'm insanely grateful. Happy 5-year anniversary, Tim. I'm sorry we missed it, but I'm sure we'll have plenty more. I feel like I've never really shared on YouTube to my YouTube family a little story on Tim and and I thought, why not? Because it's such a good love story. And I'm gonna show you guys a few letters, just the dates so you can see that I kept all those letters. 1 second, let me go grab that. Just one box out of many. I think I have like 2 boxes in the garage that I have to find. But let's see if I can find the dates. So this is December 2008. Dear Timothy. And then a letter. Let's see this one. February 23rd, 2012, so a few years later. I would always write him just love letters. Let's see this one. A letter, but it doesn't say the date, so I'm not sure. Oh, I have to share this. Okay, so you guys are gonna think I'm crazy, but this is how much I loved him. So this is a thing that I made when I left to work for 3 months in the Middle East, and I knew we couldn't see each other. This was the first time that we were gonna be apart for so long, and it was gonna be so difficult because long distance sucks. And I wrote him 1 note for every single day for 3 months. I wrote him 90 letters, baby letters, you know. So, don't mind my nails, they're really bad. But I would write every single day. He can have a little note, you know, that would, like, crazy. So that every day he felt some sort of connection, like she wrote me a letter even though she's across the universe in another country. So yeah, I wrote him a note for every single day that I was gone. This one is one of his birthdays. Oh yeah, it says happy 18th birthday. February 19th, 2007. And it's like a little letter that I made with staples. And then inside there was 2 tickets to a show that I bought for us to go. It was called, I don't remember who it was. Oh, Copeland and Switchfoot. And I even made like these little kind of like fake tickets because they were on a, you know, they were printed on a piece of paper, so I kind of made them nice, like, hey, you got, you know, tickets to go to the show. Another crazy thing is this. So remember I told you guys Tim used to work at a restaurant? This was on the tables where you would eat your dinner, or, you know, your lunch or whatever, your fries, whatever, your burgers, whatever you'd buy. And then, you know, obviously you'd get stained and dirty, you just throw it out. And I remember keeping it just because I wanted to remember that restaurant. I wanted to remember me going to watch him work, you know, on a Friday night, flip burgers. So we've come a long way from that. And yeah, I just have, honestly, there's just so many letters that I would write him, and yeah. So I just wanted to leave you guys with our little story. And if you're younger and nobody believes that, you know, your young love is gonna last, tell them to screw off. You know, high school love does exist. And yeah, catch you guys next time. I hope you guys are enjoying these little videos where you get to know a little bit more about me on my YouTube channel. So see you guys.